Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are in the southern desert, in the river just northeast of the Sentinels, building a warship. This build was suggested most recently by MacLeod on my Courthouse build guide, but it has also been suggested a couple of times quite a while ago by other people, so thank you to anyone that has suggested this build. Also, this build does include some light mod usage in the decoration to include cannons on the deck, which are, I feel, pretty much a necessity. You can see the mods I'll be using in this video on screen now. This ship will be designed as a small, non-residential warship to protect nearby structures from attackers. But how do you protect yourself on the internet? Well, that's quite simple: NordVPN. Nord offers the best rated VPN service available, featuring plenty of safety features such as double data encryption, strictly no data logs, automatic connect, kill switch and more. Nord also allows you to access blocked content across the world, including Netflix, which is great for me, seeing as I watch a lot of Netflix. It's simple to use: download the program or install the Chrome extension, select a country, click connect, and you're protected. When you visit nordvpn.org/eradyt or use code eradyt at checkout, you'll be able to get 3 years of NordVPN for just $3.49 a month, which is 70% off the usual price, and it's an absolute steal for such a great service. Also, when you use my code or link, it helps me and the channel financially, which as a small full-time creator is obviously extremely helpful. So, I've been suggested this ship a couple of times and never really knew how to approach it. However, the only way I'm going to learn it and improve is by trying new things out. So, without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off with the bottom deck of the ship, building it with ceilings supported by pillars from the riverbed. I don't really claim to know much about traditional warships or boats in general. My knowledge on the subject extends to my playtime on Blackwake, which isn't that much, so I don't really know that much about ships. Therefore, I'm aiming for a general ship-like shape, with 2 decks that hold cannons. Seeing as this is a non-residential ship, I don't really have to worry about living quarters, which does help to streamline this build and add more methods of attack and defence. I'll be attempting to curve the build up from the bottom deck using ramps, to make the top deck larger than the bottom and also provide recessed cannon platforms for the bottom deck for extra protection. I used door frames between the ramps I placed, covering the rest of the build with walls. As I started to bring the size of the deck up to the top deck, I built the walls up 2 tiles high for the bottom deck, creating pillars from the ramps between the cannon holes. I then started to cover the bottom floor with ceilings, supporting them with pillars. I actually expected to run into stability issues here, but surprisingly I didn't, which made life quite a lot easier. Next, for the top deck. I built a small room on the back side of the boat, 2 tiles high. This is where extra cannonballs, gunpowder and such will be stored, along with being a transitional area between the top and bottom deck that would firstly prevent rain or other liquids from flowing down to the bottom deck, and also to slow down and funnel potential boarding parties into the choke points of the stairs and the doors. I initially had stairs outside the room in a central orientation, but eventually moved the stairs to either side to allow for a central captain's wheel. I initially built the captain's platform 1 tile higher than the room below it, but I eventually flattened it out for a bit better visibility. Next, for the crow's nest and the sail. I clipped pillars into the centre of the boat using the clipping from the front wedges, then rising the pillars up to a 3x3 platform that will serve as the nest. I managed to run ladders all the way down to the top deck using hatch frames and ceilings onto the pillars. I also used ceilings and wedge ceilings to build out support structures for the sail, which I initially built with Yamatai and Khitan walls. This was an okay way to try and build the sail, but to me it just looked too unnatural and stiff, so in the furnishing phase I would later remove the aforementioned walls, create more support structures on the pillars, and then use the large purple banners from the base game to create a sail, giving it a more fabric and natural look. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. From the shore, it's clear that this build is a ship, and the sail does look much better. However, to me, the ship does look a tad blocky, which is unavoidable to an extent, but it is something I'd like to improve in future builds if I build a warship again. On the top deck, the area is packed with cannons and Corsair soldiers. Cannonballs and gunpowder are stored all around the deck so that the ship remains armed and ready to attack incoming vessels. Heading up to the crow's nest, the nest provides a great platform to see incoming ships and relay that information down to the captain and his crew. Heading to the captain's platform, this is where the ship is controlled. There are cannons on this platform too, which, as you can see, are fully armed and functional. The captain has 2 personal guards next to him, along with weapons, maps, a spare secondary anchor, and some oars just in case. Heading into the transitional room, this is where, as I said earlier, excess cannonballs, gunpowder and other combat supplies are stored. Heading downstairs, this is the bottom cannon deck. This floor includes plenty of cannons and storage as well, and is manned by armoured raiders. These are the soldiers that would board enemy vessels when they collide or disembark ships to raid nearby bandit camps, as the soldiers on the top deck will be able to provide covering fire with bows and their cannons, whilst the skilled close combat soldiers are able to leave the bottom deck, disembark the ship and attack nearby enemies. And there we have it, a warship in the Southern Desert River, just northeast of the Sentinels. Thanks for watching, and thanks for the suggestions for this build. I think my first attempt at a ship was alright. It could have been much worse, but I feel like there's a lot I can improve on, should I build another warship in the future. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to both follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the links in the description, and also don't forget you can get 70% off NordVPN when you use code ERADYT at checkout, or if you go through my affiliate link in the description and the pinned comment below. YouTube is currently my full-time source of income, so if you enjoy the content and would like to help support the channel so I can continue to put out the best content possible, please do consider becoming a patron. There are multiple tiers of support from $1 to $20, offering many different benefits from a mention in every video to Discord roles, and even sneak peeks at every new video before anyone else. The link to my Patreon is always in the description, so if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to consider becoming a patron. On that note, a thanks to our current patrons Sammy, Sodialot, Randar, Motools and Dawnfox. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming out every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.